Winner by fall for Boyertown, Patty Rapp. Winner by forfeit at the next lap, Pottsgrove, Taylor McGuire.
have something. Yeah, but now we got mics picking up. I think we may be in business. Seems to be picking up now. Well, yeah. All right, well. But for some technical difficulties, we are here live at Boyertown High School, ready to bring you some live wrestling action. Tonight we have the Boyertown Bears versus the Pottsgrove Falcons. JV action about to start. Tonight's main event, varsity boys, it is senior night. So we're going to have some senior recognition for the boys who've put in quite a bit of work over the years to make it to this match tonight. Stick with us. We're going to start some JV matches in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I can hear it coming across now.
right, Dan. Well, with apologies for our technical difficulties, I think we're about to get started with some JV wrestling.
Got Brody Tobias coming out for Boyertown. Frank, I heard the coaches talking. I think there's only 3 JV matches tonight.
Well, that'll get us right to the main event, which is nice considering it is senior night.
And for Pottsgrove wrestlers, Colton Malone.
All right, so both wrestlers go right to the tie. Tobias pushing the pace. And there's a quick takedown. That's 3 points. Our referee tonight is Ed Papp. So Tobias is on top. He's looking for that roll. Doesn't quite have the back exposed to the mat yet. He's going to let him to his feet. That's 1 for Malone. So 3-1 Tobias here in the first. Tobias trying to come out the back here. Score another takedown. Referee Ed Papp says no control yet. Now he gives him 3. 6-1 Tobias here in the first. So Tobias looks like looked like he was going to cut him, but Malone gets in on the leg. Let's see if he can make it happen. Not quite. Looking for that 2-point reversal if he can get it. Tobias looking to cradle him up. Doesn't quite get it locked. One point for Malone. 6-2. Tobias here in the first. Malone's in on a shot. There's 3. So that's going to make the match 6-5 here. Almost done in the first period. That'll do it for the first period. We got a good match here on our first JV match. Brody Tobias from Boyertown up 6-5 over Colton Malone. So Tobias is going to go. He's going to go neutral. Starting on their feet. We'll see if he pushes the pace like he did at the beginning of the first round. Got that whizzer in. And he gets behind for 3. That's going to put up quickly to his feet. Malone gets 1. 9-6 here in the second. Tobias still ahead. There's another 3 for Tobias. That's going to put him up 12-6 here in the second. He's looking to hit that roll. Try to expose Malone's back to the mat. He's got it now. Referee Ed Papp counting. He's going to hold 4. Tobias has got a bar in on the near side here. There's 4 back. That's going to put him up 16-6 with about a minute to go here in the second. He lets him to his feet. That's 1 for Malone. Tobias gets behind, and referee Ed Papp gives him 3. That's going to put him up 19-7. We're getting pretty close to technical fall territory here in the second period. Tobias starts on top. We'll see if Malone can get himself out of the second period, live the fight on in the third. Tobias not cutting him. He's got that leg locked in. He's going to try and get the back points here to end this one if he can. Short time left here in the second. And it looks like Malone's going to make it to the third. It's a good match so far for Brody Tobias. Piling on the points, he's up 19-7 as we start action here in the third period. All right, Malone's on top. Tobias quickly to his feet. Tries to hit the standing switch, but doesn't quite get it. Malone retains control. He's really going to have to do something here, Dan, in the third if he wants to get back in this match.
Yeah, takedown by Tobias. And
I don't know that working from the top here is really going to get Malone where he wants to be unless he thinks he can somehow get Tobias on his back here in the third. He's got the bar in on the near side. He's going for that wrist underneath on the far side, but he can't quite catch it. Tobias doing a good job fighting it off.
He's going to have to try to put him on his back for the pin.
Yeah, that's really his only option here. This late in the match being down 12 points. Tobias rolls and he's almost out of there. But Malone catches that leg again. We may have a stalemate here. Of course, Tobias just content to ride it out at this point. Up by 12 late in the third.
Coach is telling him to cut him.
We got 3 points there.
Yeah, there you go.
And now he's got him in a tight spot. Caught him in the old cow catcher, and he's got him on his back here. 15 seconds to go. Let's see if we can get the fall. Needs to scoop that head. Sink his weight back just a little bit. There it is. I'll tell you what, Malone's doing a good job fighting that off. And that's going to do it with the final score. 4 more back. That looks like it would be 25-7. In any event, that's a technical fall for Brody Tobias in our first JV match of the night.
All right, you got Luke Barnett coming out to wrestle. He's one of our seniors tonight. He's going to get a little action on the mat.
Good to see Barnett get a match tonight on senior night.
And still waiting to see if he'll come out from
Pottsgrove wrestler to check in.
Pottsgrove is Jacob Zan.
So Luke Barnett gets a quick 3. Pottsgrove wrestler gets to his feet. Looks like we got 3-1 here. Barnett over Zan. There's another quick 3 for Barnett. 6-1 now, and he cuts him. Puts Zan on his feet. 6-2 in the first. Oh, Barnett gets him right to his back. That was a nice cow catcher.
There you go.
And there's the fall. 1:22 left in the first. Gets a win on senior night by fall.
Good for Luke.
That's good to see. That's got to feel good for the young man here on senior night.
I think this is Ben Burkhardt coming out. I believe he's a senior.
Ben Burkert.
Yeah, he's another one of our seniors. I think there's some confusion in the weight.
Quite sure what we had there. Yeah, it looked to be a little bit of a size disadvantage for Elias Fox. Looks like they're sending Barnett out there again. So it looks like a second match here for Barnett.
Well, he shouldn't be tired.
Almost gets him in a standing cradle, but gets his takedown 3. No, he didn't have a whole lot of action in his first match, Dan. So he should not be tired. Still looks light on his feet. Gets a quick takedown. He's up 3-zip here in the first. So Barnett going to work from the top. See if he tries to get out front and hit that cow catcher again. Looks like he's trying to work a tilt. He's got the 2-on-1 going underneath, but Fox breaks free momentarily. Now Barnett looks like he's trying to get the far side cradle. Can't quite lock it up. He really wants that cradle here. He's got Fox folded up pretty good on the bottom, but he can't quite get the hands locked. And Fox gets to his feet, gets a point on the escape. So it's 3-1 here in the first. Ah, nice throw by from Barnett. Gets 3. He's now up 6-1. Trying to work that tilt. And the tight waist and the one-on-one, but couldn't quite keep the back exposed to the mat. So that's going to do it here in the first period. Barnett from Boyertown up 6-1 over Fox from Pottsgrove. Barnett's choice, he goes to the down position to start the second. Fox trying to control him, but Barnett manages to get himself out and gets 1 point for the escape. It's up 7-1 now here early in the second. Tries that throw by. Oh, there's a nice ankle pick. That's 3 more points for Barnett. It's now up 10-1 here in the second period. He goes to the roll. He's looking for the tilt again, but can't quite keep the back exposed. You got to feel good for Luke Barnett here tonight. He's putting on a little bit of a clinic out there for senior night, Dan.
Yep. Pin, and now he's
showing off a bevy of moves.
Yeah, he should be proud of himself. He's been wrestling for a long time, 13 years.
Yeah, it's nice to see the work pay off for a young man like Luke Barnett. Might not have gotten as many varsity matches as he wanted this year, but he's making it count when he does. He's really looking for that far side cradle. Doesn't quite have it locked up, but he might have put himself in a bit of a pickle. Now he's back on top. Still up 10-1 here in the second. Fox just trying to get himself out of bounds to get a reset. Barnett keeping that 1 foot up. Now we're going to stop the action. Referee Ed Papp says, let's start again in the center circle. So Barnett starts on top. Short time here in the second. And we're going to go to the third period with Barnett up 10-1 over Fox. So Fox chooses top. He's kind of in a similar position to his teammate Malone here. He needs a lot of points here in a hurry.
He's going to have to make
the
something
third
big happen.
Of course, it's easier to score those big points now with the 3-point takedown and the 4 back points available under the new PIAA scoring. But Barnett's in on a leg. Fox gets himself out of there. But you're right, he's going to have to go big. Doesn't have a lot of time to measure. Oh,
That's 3.
and there's 3 for Barnett. And that's going to put him up 14-1. Now we're getting close to Tech Fall territory. Minute 15 left in the third.
The coach is telling him to go neutral, get the takedown, and end it.
Yeah, that's a good plan. So he puts him on his feet. Going to restart 14-2. Takedown here would do it. See if he tries to throw him by again. He does.
There it is.
And he gets his 3. And that's going to do it. That's a Tech fall for Luke Barnett with 57 seconds left here in the third. Quite a nice showing by the young man here on senior night.
All right, Gunnar Gout coming out for Boyertown. He's a lot of fun to watch.
He sure is. He had a nice match against Upper Perk when we were here just last week.
He sure did. All right, Jacob Zion's back out again. He's getting a second one tonight in the
So
Zion
Zion
matches.
squaring up against Gout. Both wrestlers kind of feeling each other out here. There's a shot by Zion. And that's 3. So he's going to go up 3-zip here early in the first period. Gout's going to have to work off the bottom now.
We get to watch Gunnar for 2 more years. He's only a sophomore.
Well, that'll be exciting. See how he comes up through the program. Hopefully he can improve year after year. And there he's to his feet. He gets 1 point, so it's 3-1 now here in the first. So Gout goes right to a collar tie. And looks like Zion, yes, he gets 3. So 6-1 Zion here over Gout. A little under a minute left here in the first. Zion working from the top there. He's got the tight waist in. He's looking to get something going. Got about 15 seconds to go here in the first. Gout's got to get himself out of there. Looks like at this point he's going to be contentious to let things go into the second period down 6-1. And that's where we're at, in fact. So Pottsgrove defers. Gout takes top. Looks like he's going to go, yeah, he's going to go with the optional start. Goes right out to the headlock. See if he can work that from the front now.
He lost it.
Fox gets to his feet. So now it's 7-1. Gow trying to push the action. Looking for that sweep single, but they were just out of bounds. So both wrestlers come back to the center circle. Gow's got him, kind of caught. But Zion, he winds up on top and gets 3. That's going to put him up 10-1 here in the second. That's unfortunate. Gow had him in a pretty precarious position, but he wasn't able to keep him there. And Zion was able to get himself out and on top for a quick 3. He's got to work off the bottom here. He needs points. And there's one. He's down 10-2 now here in the second. Looking for that headlock. It's always a risky proposition. Can't quite catch it. He's got him on his back again. Oh.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Zion's doing a good job of rolling through some of those moves, and he's back on top for another 3. That puts him up 13-2 here in the second over Gow. He's got the tight waist in from the top. Looks like both wrestlers are content to go into the third and battle on. Oh, there's a point for Gow. Right before the final buzzer. 13-3 as we start the third period. So Gow's going to start in a down position. He's going to have to get himself to his feet. Zion's got the bar in here on the near side. Gow gets to his feet, and he's out for another escape. 13-4 now in the third.
I know Gunner's going to have to go big.
Again, with the new scoring, he can certainly do it, but he's going to have to make something happen here in the third. All right, well, the action goes out of bounds, and we're going to reset here in the center circle. I'm still looking to catch him in that headlock, maybe in the cow catcher. But Zion doing a good job fighting that off the entire match. There's a nice sprawl from Gunner.
Oh, you might have it now. Nope.
It's tough for him to get it locked up. We got just under a minute left here in the third. Zion's up 13-4 on Gow. Let's see if Gunner can... Oh, he's got him on his back. Oh, boy, that's happened a couple of times in this match where Gunner just can't quite finish it. Now he's on his back. Oh, fight it off. And there's the fall. That's unfortunate. So there's a nice win for Jacob Zion by fall in the third. Gunner Gow, he was definitely game for this match tonight, but unfortunately he just could not quite catch Zion in a position to score the points that he needed. So that's a nice win for Jacob Zion.
All right, now we got Ben Burkhart out for Boyertown. And for Pottsgrove, it'll be Dominic Morrison.
All right, so Ben Burkhart, he's another senior here at Boyertown. Now he's in on a nice double. Quickly gets his 3-point takedown. Looks like he's going to cut Morrison. It's 3-1 now. All right. Referee Ed Papp stops the action. Calls a caution. We're going to restart with both wrestlers on their feet in the center circle. Burkert's up 3-1 here in the first. Oh, nice double from Burkert. 6-1 out. He's got him in the half. Morrison trying to roll through it, but can't. And there's the fall. So, lots of action. 1:23 left in the first, and Ben Burkert wins by fall.
Coming up for Boyertown, Casey Shack. He's another one of the seniors. And for Pottsgrove, Jacob Frederick.
Shack, another senior, as you pointed out, Dan. Another good kid here at Boyertown. Had the pleasure of coaching Casey for a bit through the youth wrestling program.
He's a football player, too.
Also a football player, the youth program, and here at the high school. Hopefully he can taste some success here on senior night. 0-0 here early in the first. Shack and Frederick kind of feeling each other out. Lots of underhooks. Oh, Shack tries to take Frederick in. There it is. He's got 3. So 3-0 Shack here in the first. Let's see what he's going to do here from the top. Looked like he was going to try and lock up a cradle on the far side, but now he's got the tight waist. Frederick doesn't quite get the reversal, but he's out in front. He's got Shack in the headlock. See if he can use that. He's got to peel that off. He does. Frederick keeps following, waiting for there it is. Referee Ed Papp calls the 2-point reversal. Shack back to his feet. Doesn't look like the scoreboard is quite caught up yet. So Shack, they have him up 4-1. But Frederick, I believe, had a reversal in there. I think he should have 2 more, make it 4-3. There's 3 more for Shack. 15 seconds to go here in the first. The scoreboard's got Casey Shack up 7-2. Looks like Frederick's going to be content to just go and fight on in the second period. I think we're going to check the score here. I believe it should be 7-5. Pretty sure referee Ed Papp awarded 2 points to Frederick on a reversal in there, Dan.
Yeah, it's off by at least 1.
Well, looks like the score's going to stay 7-2. So Pottsgrove defers. Shack takes neutral. Both wrestlers are going to start on their feet in the center circle. They both go right to the tie. We'll see if anybody can work something off of that. Action goes out of bounds, and we're going to reset. Shack gets in a bad spot toward the edge. Looks like referee Ed Papp awards 3 to Frederick, so that's going to make it 7-5 now here in the second. Frederick starts on top. Shack to his feet, and he's out. 1 point. Put him up 8-5 here in the second. Frederick hanging on the head, but Shaq gets himself out of there. Frederick right back to the head. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say fatigue looks to be setting in here in the second, Dan.
What do they call them, the dancing bears?
Well, sometimes at the higher weights, we get a little bit of a lull in the action until somebody catches their second wind. All right, so the action goes out of bounds. Referee Ed Papp says, let's restart here in the center circle. Right back to that tie. Not a lot of action going on here late in the second. About 30 seconds left. Shaq up 8-5 over Frederick. And Shaq takes him to his back. I don't know if that was so much as a takedown as a collapse, but
he sticks him.
In any event, it winds up working out for Casey Shaq. He gets a fall here over Frederick. Gets a win on senior night. That's got to feel good for Casey Shaq.
I think that's going to do it for the JV. Oh, no, looks like there's
Another JV match?
a couple young ladies getting ready to wrestle. Another exhibition.
Okay. Well, we had some girls matchups earlier today. Unfortunately, we were experiencing some technical difficulties at the time.
Yeah, we couldn't get the audio to work.
Couldn't get our audio up and running, so didn't get a chance to call those. Let's see what we got here. Coming out for Boyertown.
Adeline Sheridan, and I didn't catch the
Malaysia Williams.
Williams, okay.
For Pottsgrove. So both girls get right after it. Going to test each other out. Up high with the collar ties. Let's see who can use that to their advantage. Williams breaks free. Williams pushing the pace a little bit here against Sheridan early in the first. Oh, there's a headlock by Williams. That's a tough spot for Sheridan to be in. She's got a lot of time left here in the first to fight that off. Can't do it, and that's a fall for Malaysia Williams here in the first.
I got two more young ladies coming up.
All right.
Maddie Rapp for Boyertown.
Taylor McGuire from Pottsgrove. So again, both wrestlers on their feet get right into the action. There's a nice sweep single by Maddie Rapp, but looks, well, McGuire gets herself out of that. We're back on some collar ties. Action goes to the center circle. Rapp gets in on that single again. That's a nice high single, and she's got three. So 3-0 Rapp here early in the first. See what she can do from the top position. She's cranking on that. It looked like she was trying to get a 3/4 half. McGuire fought it off nicely. Rapp's out to the side. Doesn't really have much on McGuire right now. Although she catches the wrist underneath.
Ooh, hard crossface.
Hard crossface from Rapp. That had to feel good. That'll wake you up and let you know you're in a match, Dan.
Yep, sure will.
So Rapp's still working from the top. Trying to lock up a cradle. Let's see if she can get it. Well, looks like McGuire was able to fight it off, at least for now. Rapp's looking to lock that cradle up. She's got her on her back with really not much. And she gets the fall anyhow. So with 14 seconds left here in the first, Maddie Rapp wins by fall. So I think that may do it for our JV, boys JV, and our girls exhibition matches.
It's senior night tonight. We'll have some introductions of the seniors and see the parents and a little bit of plans for what these seniors do after high school.
Always nice to recognize the seniors and their parents on senior night. As you know, Dan, the parents put in a lot of time, a lot of travel, and a lot of tears of joy and sometimes tears in rough times.
And lots of hours of sitting in the stands.
There's a lot of that. And if we're being quite honest, a lot of time and expense in that travel to and from different gyms, different practice facilities, different tournaments. But at the end of the day, it's also these guys can have a night like tonight where they're recognized during their senior year. So, as we're warming up for the main event, Boyertown coming in still red hot, Dan. I mean, they are just wrestling lights out, I would say. Picking up the win at the AAA district duels. Big wins over Sun Valley, Council Rock South, and Council Rock North. And a big win last night over Chambersburg.
Yeah, I was here for that. It started off a little sketchy, but
things were definitely tight through the first couple of matches. And then Boyertown managed to pull away, beating Chambersburg and punching their ticket to Altoona over the weekend.
yeah.
So we're going to take some time now to recognize our senior wrestlers and their parents. And here we go.
Our first senior tonight is Beck Babb. And he's being escorted out by his parents, Eric and Jamie Babb. He's been wrestling for 14 years. After he graduates, he plans on entering the workforce. And his best wrestling memory was King of the Mountain his sophomore year. Congratulations, Beck. Good luck.
Beck Babb, another kid that I had the pleasure of coaching through the youth ranks. Great to see him here on senior night.
Next senior is Kyler Bachman. He's being escorted by Robert Bachman. Kyler's only been wrestling for 1 year. He's going to go to a trade school after high school and study HVAC. And his best wrestling memory was his first wrestling match. Good luck, Kyler.
Congratulations to Kyler and his dad, R.D.
The next senior is Robert Barnett. We call him Luke Barnett, being escorted by his parents, Bob Barnett and Avie Barnett. He's been wrestling for 13 years. His plans after graduation is enter the workforce. His favorite memory of wrestling is spending time with his teammates after the matches. Good luck, Luke.
Luke, of course, with a couple of wins earlier tonight.
Yeah, nice wins. The next senior is Benjamin Burkhart, escorted by Jonathan Maria Burkhart. He's been wrestling for 7 years. Ben's going to go to Penn Tech and become an electrician. His best memory is getting first place at the tournament in Pottsgrove. Congratulations, good luck, Ben.
And Ben, another wrestler with a nice win earlier tonight here on senior night.
A little history on him, too. He races motocross.
That's a boy after your own heart, Dan.
He is. I see him at the track a lot. Next senior is Brody Coleman, escorted by Bill and Tabitha Coleman. He's been wrestling for 13 and a half years. He hasn't decided what he's going to do after graduation, but his favorite memory is after practice and competition with my teammates, I wouldn't want to wrestle with any other group of guys. That says something to you, those teammates.
Brody Coleman,
good luck, Brody.
Another wrestler I had the pleasure of coaching through the youth ranks. He just picked up his 100th
he sure did.
win.
That's right, last weekend.
That's a very nice accomplishment for Brody.
Next senior is Owen Dykey, escorted by Mark and Carissa Dykey. He's been wrestling for 10 years. His plans after graduation, enter the workforce, and one day own his own business. His favorite memory is King of the Mountain sophomore year and the time at the Airbnb and all the memories we made that year. Not sure what that meant, but good luck, Owen.
Sounds like you had a good time.
Next senior is Michael Palmero. He's escorted by John and Celia Palmero. He's been wrestling for 9 years. His plans are, after high school, is going to law enforcement. His favorite memory is going to King of the Mountain tournament. Good luck, Mike. Boyertown football player, too.
Yes, sir.
Our next senior is Casey Shack, escorted by Kim Shack. He's been wrestling for 9 years. His plans after high school is to work in construction. And his best memory of wrestling is spending time with his teammates.
Casey Shack, another one that I had the pleasure of coaching through the youth ranks. Heck of a nice kid.
Yeah, great kid.
Always enjoyed spending time with Casey. Good to see him on senior night, escorting his mom out there on the mat.
Always a motivator. He is such a team player.
He absolutely is.
And our last senior for 2025, Shane Stankina, escorted by Ross and Sheila Stankina. He's been wrestling for 13 years. His plans go to a trade school, and he wants to start his own business also. Favorite memory is every meet, tournament that he has with his teammates, because this group of guys are family.
Shane's another wrestler that I was able to coach through the youth ranks. Of course, his dad, Russ, coaches the girls wrestlers here
that's right.
at Boyertown High School. Congratulations, Shane. Good luck in your future endeavors.
Good luck, Shane. It's a good group of guys. They're going to lose a little bit next year, but they have some young up and comers too, I think.
Certainly is a good group, and they are really putting together a nice season here, especially these seniors doing so well representing themselves and the school, not only here in the Pioneer Athletic Conference, but in District 1 and now beyond. Looking forward to seeing them have success this weekend out in Altoona, Dan.
So Coach Haley got his 100th victory.
Well, there you go.
About a week ago.
Yeah.
And they got him a plaque to recognize him.
Coach Haley doing a great job since taking over the program here at Boyertown.
Well, look at him. He likes to be the center of attention.
Of course, he was an assistant for quite a while here at Boyertown. Coached the team at Methacton for a few years before coming back home, and certainly putting his stamp on the Boyertown wrestling program. He's got these guys competing at a high level.
All those coaches, I mean, got some great guys down there coaching these boys. The boys
sure do.
Really do like this coaching staff. Got a lot of respect for them. Got a lot of experience down there. A couple of college wrestlers, that probably more than a couple. But
they certainly do. You got the Campbell boys coming back, paying it forward. came up through the program themselves, went off to college to wrestle in school, and are now back here helping out with the team, sharing their wisdom and their experience with these boys. And certainly say it's paying off for them. So Boyertown, like I said, going out there to Altoona this weekend. They got a matchup coming up against Central Mountain. And that will be in the quarterfinals on Friday. Altoona, it's a pretty nice ride for the boys, Dan. I hope they're getting a charter bus and they don't have to ride under the school bunch bench seats for that long ride out to the greater northwest part of the Commonwealth.
Well, I heard a couple of vans, but
A couple of vans, well, that works too. Anything's better than a school bus for that
I
ride.
don't want to ride that far in a school bus. So I did a little research on that Central Mountain. I don't really know anything about them, but should be a good match. If you look at some of the wrestling teams that Boyertown's wrestled against teams that Central Mountain wrestled, it's not going to be a blowout.
No, I certainly wouldn't expect at this level here at the quarterfinals of the team duels that you're going to have many blowouts. And if Boyertown is fortunate enough to get past Central Mountain, they're going to have a tough matchup in the next round in the semis against either Franklin Regional or Nazareth. Two teams that are always seem to be locked and loaded for postseason competition.
Yeah, that'll be a test for sure. But these boys have to be excited about their season. PAC champions, District 1 champions, now on to into the state bracket. And
yeah, just absolutely killing it this year. I think, certainly 4-0 in PAC action, and I believe 22-2 overall, which is a heck of a record. I mean, just to go through a whole season with that many wins is impressive in and of itself, let alone the manner in which they won some of those matchups. So these boys have to be quite proud of themselves and what they've accomplished so far this season, but certainly hungry to keep going and accomplish even more in the postseason.
tonight's the last PAC duel. Pottsgrove is a little light. Might be a forfeit at 107.
Yeah, Pottsgrove coming in at, unfortunately, looks like 0-4 in their PAC matchups, 5-9 overall, if that's in fact correct. So it's going to be a tall task for them tonight against Boyertown, but you never know. That's why we square up on the mat and have at it. So looking at Pottsgrove's roster here, it looks like they got a pretty good collection. Quite a few freshmen on the roster, quite a few sophomores.
So
Also
I
got a
see,
few seniors sprinkled in throughout there.
I see on our weight sheet, though, that at 107, they didn't weigh anyone in.
So that could be a forfeit for Stanchak at 107. And it looks like, if the scoreboard's right, I believe we're going to start wrestling tonight at 121.
Looks right.
So 121, we saw Brody Tobias come out with a JV match, but for varsity, got Brody Coleman, who, as we said earlier, picked up his 100th win. I believe he became the 36th or 37th wrestler here at Boyertown to notch 100 wins in his high school career. As I said, that's an impressive accomplishment. He should be very proud of himself. I'm sure Bill and Tabitha are proud of him for that milestone.
Everyone needs to be proud of him. He's really wrestled hard. You know, I was reading an article the other day. It's on, actually, it was on the forum of PA Wrestling, and they're talking about kids with 100 wins. And they commented, and I never even thought about it, but there's some of these younger kids that are like sophomores and juniors that they're not going to get that chance because of the COVID year. Get that 100 wins. They lost a whole year of wrestling, which is a shame. You look at some of these records, and they could probably definitely make it, but because of COVID,
That is true. That was
hit that milestone.
That was certainly something. And seeing these wrestlers go out on the mat with masks on, and the, I'll say, silliness that ensued with referees having to stop matches to pull masks back up. It was an unusual time in this sport, that's for sure.
I just hate it for the kids that really enjoyed wrestling and maybe got a handful of matches in that year. And
yeah, you're right. It certainly makes it tough to hit a milestone like 100 wins when you lose an entire, if not almost an entire season to COVID. So Boyertown, as we
I don't see a 160 on here weighed in either, Frank.
for Pottsgrove.
No.
So 168. They have a wrestler at that weight, but it doesn't look like he weighed in. Mateo Paez.
And they don't have the depth to. Doesn't look like they have the depth to
Bring somebody up.
up.
Well, for Boyertown, we talked about the seniors that they're going to be losing, but they've got a good bench coming up behind those seniors. We got a lot of sophomores and juniors that have seen some action, a lot of varsity action, a lot of JV action, and I think they're more than capable of stepping up and filling those holes on the roster next season. So I expect to see another strong season out of these Boyertown wrestlers next year.
I think so. Losing a couple of the big bodies, losing Casey, losing Mike Palmero, but still got Caleb Dooman wrestling at the heavier weight. See where he goes.
You got Caleb Dooman, you got Josh Larimore.
Josh may have to
bump up.
He may have to bump up.
Historically, that's been a bit of an issue here at Boyertown. We seem to have some holes in the roster at those higher weights. This year we've been pretty good there. Like you said, Palmero, Shaq, Dooman, Larimore. Hopefully we can restock at some of those higher weights for next season.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see Heiser move up. That'd be packing out a lot for him.
Yeah,
he's been a buzzsaw at 172.
72. But I think Larimore's got the ability to bulk up a little bit. Dooman, he can put on a few pounds, slide into those higher weights for next season.
Got Carter Stouch at 160. He's only a junior. He'll be back next year. He's got a great season going, 29 and 10. Owen Dykey at 152. He's a senior. He'll be gone.
Well, you know, they got a kid at 152 by the name of Logan Oaks. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's no slouch either. Coming up, he'll be a senior next year.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to stick at 152. He's usually walking around at 160 or better, so we'll see.
Well, you know, that could work out too. We'll see how he fits himself into the lineup for next season.
145, losing two seniors, Shane Stankina and Luke Barnett, but Luke's younger brother, Ryan, he can wrestle, and he's been at 145 this year.
139, losing Beck Babb, but Parker Ferry's been wrestling at that weight this season. He's got himself a couple of varsity matches under his belt for the year. Of course, Liam Diamond at 133, he's only a sophomore, so we expect to see him for a few more seasons.
And he can wrestle.
Liam is a good wrestler, coming on nicely in his sophomore year. Looks like coming into this match tonight with a record of 23 and 12, so that's certainly impressive.
At 127, Cole Fogel, junior, coming back next year. He can wrestle too.
Cole also getting a lot of varsity action this season, coming in at 13 and 15. Of course, we talked about Brody Tobias there at 121. Had a good match earlier tonight. Got a nice win.
He got a pin the other night against Chambersburg, wrestling 121.
So he can certainly slide into that spot next season. He stays at the same weight.
I got Bowden Wade at 114. He's only a sophomore.
Jake Stanchak at 107. He's a freshman this year, so he's got plenty of wrestling left in him.
Yeah. Bowden can wrestle. God, that kid, it's fun to watch him. Lots of energy.
Both Bowden and Jake doing well this season.
Yeah.
Bowden coming in at 27 and 12. Jake coming in at 19 and 13. So there's two guys that they keep pushing the pace. Could get to that 100 win mark by the time they're seniors.
Sure.
Off to a good start.
They could.
You get to that, 20, 25 wins a season. You're certainly within the realm of catching 100 wins over the course of your career. So it looks like we got a pretty nice crowd again here tonight. Boyertown fans are out. Of course, it's senior night, so always nice to come out and recognize our seniors and their parents who, like we said, have put in so much time and effort and dedication to the sport. Nice group of Pottsgrove fans here tonight to support their team. Going on the road for one last matchup in the pack this season.
What's next for these teams? Not Boyertown. We know they're going up to the state duels. You got individuals, right?
You got individuals. Pottsgrove, they got some guys with, some wins. Could make their mark in the postseason, maybe move on out of the districts. You got, looks like at 114, Liam Langston. He's only a freshman, but he's coming in at a record of 13 and 5, so he's got some varsity experience going. Gabe Costanzo at 121. He's a senior coming in at 19 and 5, putting together a nice season for himself in his senior year. You got Jake Palladino, a senior at 215, coming in with a record of 13 and 8. So they got a few guys. They've got a Cristobal Garcia at 172, a senior coming in 11 and 14. So he's got quite a bit of varsity experience. Never know what can happen in the postseason. So it looks like Pottsgrove is done with their warm-ups. It looks like Boyertown's about to come in and take the mat. And we're getting closer to our main event here tonight. All right, so we're getting a little closer to our main event. Boyertown boys coming out to warm it up. And we'll have some live wrestling action coming to you here from the Boyertown Senior High School gym as the Boyertown Bears take on the Pottsgrove Falcons tonight in the final Pioneer Athletic Conference matchup for both teams. All right, Dan. Looks like we're getting pretty close to the main event.
A lot of blonde hair out there in the middle of that mat.
There certainly is. I think these boys may or may not have gone to a local hair salon to get that done just this past weekend. At least, I may or may not have seen some pictures to that effect.
It didn't make him any better looking, I'll tell you that.
Certainly did not. All right, so we're just about to call out our varsity lineup for tonight's matches.
Starting lineups coming up. For Boyertown, Jake Stanchak.
Stanchak, he's a freshman, wrestling varsity. Coming in at 19 and 13.
Bowden Waite coming out at 114.
Bowden Waite, sophomore, coming in at 27 and 12.
Brody Coleman,
Brody
121.
Coleman coming in at 32 and 8. He's a senior.
At 127-pound weight class for Pottsgrove, Zachary Dela Cruz. For Boyertown, Cole.
Fo Kogel coming out, 127.
Vogel's a junior. He's coming in at 13 and 15 on the season.
For Boyertown, Liam Diamond.
At 133, Liam Diamond coming out.
So Diamond's a sophomore. He's coming in with a record of 23 and 12.
At 145. For Pottsgrove, Hayden Gildas and Tyler Petrie. For Boyertown at 139, Beck Babb.
139 is going to be Beck Babb.
So Beck's a senior, coming in at 28 and 11 for the year.
145 for Boyertown, Luke Barnett and Shane Stankina.
145, they're sending Luke Barnett.
Barnett
and
or
Shane
Stankina. Stankina's a senior, coming in at 20 and 6 on the season.
Chris Shin for Boyertown, Owen Dyke.
152, Owen Dykey. He's creeping up on the 100
wins.
100 wins.
He's
Yep.
coming in at 27 and 11 on the season. Dykey, one of our seniors here tonight.
Carter Stouch at 160.
Carter putting together a nice junior season, coming in with a record of 29 and 10.
J.D. Heiser wrestling 172 tonight.
JD also putting together a nice season at 32 and 9 as a junior.
189 for Boyertown, Josh Larimore.
Josh Larimore, another impressive junior, putting together a season of 25 and 10 so far.
And they sent Ben Burkhardt out again.
All right.
215, Caleb Dooman.
Caleb, just a sophomore, coming in with a record of 23 and 14.
Boyertown sending out Michael Palmero and Casey Shack for 285.
Palmero coming in at 17 and 11 here in his senior season.
What's Casey's record this year?
Casey put together a record of 5 and 7, so he got himself some varsity matches. Of course, we saw him get that win earlier tonight. So referee Ed Papp is going to bring our captains for tonight's match out to the center circle. Looks like for Boyertown, we sent out Beck Babb and Owen Dykey. At least I think that's Beck with the blonde hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely Beck. Coming out of 107, Jake Stanchak. Unfortunately, he's going to have a forfeit tonight. Well, good for the team,
Well,
6 points, but.
I think we're starting at 121.
Oh, they are
tonight.
120,
Yep.
21.
So we're
I
at 121 with Brody Coleman
can't tell with these haircuts.
and Gabe Costanzo.
Starting at the 121-pound weight class tonight for Pottsgrove, Gabe Costanzo. For Boyertown, Brody Coleman.
Coleman looking to push the pace here right off the opening whistle. He's got Costanzo back on his heels a little bit. Both wrestlers kind of measuring each other up. Coleman looking to lock up a cradle here. He's got him in it. Let's see if he can turn it. He certainly does. He's got his back exposed. He's definitely picking up the back points here. Referee Ed Papp counting. He's going to be holding 4 in his pocket. Let's see what Brody decides to do with this. If he stays with it or if he goes to something else. Still got it locked up. He's going to try and step over with it. A little under a minute left here in the first. Oh, that's a tough position for Costanzo to be in. Coleman's got him locked up and he's got him exposed to the mat. Costanzo's got it locked up though. He's holding on to that ankle. Coleman trying to break that hold of Costanzo off that ankle, and he does. Costanzo gets up to his feet, We're looking at 7-0 Coleman here in the first. So we're going to restart center circle. Coleman taking the top position. Coleman's got that tight waist on Costanzo. Trying to catch that wrist underneath. That's going to do it for first period action here with Coleman up 7-0 over Costanzo. So Coleman's going to take the down position here to start the second. Coleman to his feet. And he gets his 1-point escape, so he's up 8-0 now here in the early part of the second period. Coleman snaps him down. No points yet. There's 3 from referee Ed Papp, so he's up 11-0 now here in the second. Coleman's got that tight waist locked in pretty well, and that can really take the starch out of you. He's got him in a nice tilt position. But referee Ed Papp says the action went out of bounds. I don't think we're going to get any back points there. We're going to reset center circle with Coleman up 11-0 here in the second. Coleman's going to let him get to his feet, put him in the neutral position. It's 11-1. Get the sense, Dan, that Brody's probably thinking technical fall at this point. He's in on a quick shot. Got the high single. Nice back trip. Yeah. And there's 3. He's up 14-1 now. And of course, well, we went out of bounds. We're going to restart here in the center circle. Let's see if he puts him on his feet again. He does. So it's going to be 14-2 to restart the action. Another takedown here for Coleman would do it. 35 seconds left to go here in the second period. He's in on that single again. And there it is. That's going to do it. Tech fall with 28 seconds left here in the second. Nice work by Brody Coleman. So that's going to get the scoring started at 5-0 for Boyertown.
Cole Fogle coming out 127. And for Pottsgrove,
looks like Zachary De La Cruz. De La Cruz is a senior. Coming in with a record of 2-8, so he's got some varsity matches under his belt this season. Fogle, a junior for Boyertown. Both wrestlers lock up pretty much right off the opening whistle. Testing each other out here. Going up high with the collar ties. Let's see who can use it to their advantage. So far, neither wrestler's been able to use it to their advantage. De La Cruz comes in on a shot, but can't quite finish it. Fogle's got him in the cow catcher. Let's see if he can throw it here.
He's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah, we're going to go out of bounds and reset in the center circle. About a minute left here in the first.
Fogle snaps really well. Puts a lot of force on those guys.
Yeah, he definitely wrestles with heavy hands, as they say, Dan. Which can, again, wear an opponent down over the course of a match. So Fogel up on the collar tie. Let's see if he either snaps or throws him by. He's on the elbow. And he's got the underhook. Goes to a nice double, and there's 3. So Fogel up 3-0 now here in the first. So Fogel working from the top. Coming up on 10 seconds left here in the first. De La Cruz looks like he's just happy to make it to the second period. First period is going to come to a close. Fogel up 3-0 over De La Cruz. So Fogel's going to take the down position to start the second. Let's see what he decides to do from there. Referee Ed Papp says caution. And we're going to reset. Referee Ed Papp says caution again. He doesn't like the way De La Cruz is on the elbow. And now we start action here in the second. Fogel gets to his feet. De La Cruz takes him back to the mat. Now Fogel's reaching for that switch. He's got good position. Referee Ed Papp hasn't called anything yet. De La Cruz still in on the leg. Now we're going to get 1 point for an escape for Fogel. He's up 4-0 now here in the second. Fogel goes to the leg. De La Cruz bellies down on the mat. Fogel trying to get him in that cow catcher again, but
I gotta stay in bounds.
now he's got the 1 foot in, and he's got him on his back, and there's the fall, Dan. So a nice fall for Cole Fogel here. 1:16 left in the second. He puts Boyertown up 11-0. Almost had him in that cow catcher in that same spot on the mat in the first period, but he definitely finishes it off strong here in the second.
All right, 133 got Liam Diamond for Boyertown.
So we got Diamond, Jacob Leroy. Leroy's a freshman coming in at 5-8 against Diamond. He's got a pretty strong sophomore season, 23-12. Both wrestlers looking for shots here early in the second. Neither one able to finish it. Diamond's out in the front headlock position. See if he can use that. And now Leroy gets himself back to his feet. Diamond in on the leg. And there's 3. That puts Diamond up 3-0 here early in the first. So Diamond working from the top with that tight waist on Leroy. Leroy trying to break that grip and get himself out of there. Diamond looks like he's trying to put the boots in. He's got him in a tilt position now. Oh, but Leroy's able to roll through it. Looks like 3 back. So that's going to put Diamond up 6-0 here in the first. So Diamond working from the top. He's out front. Looked like he tried to put him in the butcher position, but Leroy was able to fight that off. And he's going to roll through again. He's got him exposed to the mat. But Leroy does a good job rolling through that.
That's 3 more.
Quick 3 back. Diamond now up 9-0. Short time left here in the first. That's going to do it for first period action. Liam Diamond up 9-0 over Jacob Leroy. So they're going to start in neutral position. I'm sure Diamond's thinking about tech fall at this point. 2 more takedowns. Takedown and some back points. Get that done. There he's in on a shot, but Leroy manages to fight it off and use it to his advantage, and he's got 3. So 9-3 here in the second. It was a nice scramble by Leroy.
It was fighting that off.
Diamond's back to his feet, and he's quickly out. Get 1 point for his escape. 10-3 now.
And now he's
in on a nice double. Finishes that. 3 more for Diamond. And it looks like he's got Leroy. Yep. Got him exposed to the mat. Referee Ed Papp counting back points.
Yep. And then he got the fall.
And then he got a quick fall. So with 57 seconds left here in the second, Liam Diamond wins by fall over Jacob Leroy. That's going to make the count 17-0 Boyertown over Pottsgrove.
All right, we got Beck Babb coming out, one of our seniors. Last time wrestling in the gym.
Yeah. Beck coming in at 28-11 this year. And he's going to be matched up, looks like, Caden Gofus. Oh, never mind, Tyler Petrie.
At 139 for Pottsgrove, Tyler Petrie. For Boyertown, Beck Babb.
So Petrie comes in, he's a sophomore. Even record of 4 wins and 4 losses. Babbitt on a quick single changes to a double, and he's got 3. Lets him go. 3-1 now here in the first. Beck looking to snap him down and get behind. But Petrie's got the head. He's fighting it off. Back spinning, working to get behind.
Oh, he blocked that.
He did block that nicely. So Petrie manages not to give up points there, but now Beck's got the takedown. That's 3 more. So Babb now up 6-0 here in the first. See if he decides to work from the top or cut him loose again. Looks like he's going to work from the top. And the action's going to go out of bounds. We're going to restart here in the center circle with Babb up 6-1 here in the first. Beck says he'd rather go start on his feet, 6-2. 37 seconds left. He snaps and gets behind. There's 3 more for Babb. It's going to be 9-2. So about 10 seconds left to go here in the first. See if Beck decides just to ride it out. Looks like that's what he's going to do. And we're going to go into the second period with Babb up 9-2 over Petrie. So Babb goes down to start the second. He's right to his feet. It's a nice standing switch. Referee Ed Papp, there it is. Gives him the 2 points. Well, looks like he gave him 1 and 2.
1 for the locked hands.
1 for locked hands, 2 for the reversal. So he's up 12-2 now. A minute 35 left in the second. Let's see what Beck decides to do here. Yep, he's going to let him back to his feet. 12-3. Quick takedown. 15-3. My guess is he's going to let him back up and look for that takedown to end it. Petrie holding on to that wrist underneath. Yep, Beck lets him up. Petrie tries to come in on a shot, but Bab's going to get behind. He's going to get 3.
That'll do it.
And that's,
Oh, maybe not.
well, 15-4. He's going to let him up again. Now it's 18-4. Another takedown landed. Bab right in on a single. He's putting on a takedown clinic here. That's going to do it for this match. Beck's going to win it by a score of 21-5 and win it by technical fall.
That Petrie kid, he battled in that first
He
period.
certainly did. But as I said, Beck put on a bit of a takedown clinic. That's going to put Boyertown up 22-0 at this point.
All right, 145, Shane Stankina.
So Stankina, another senior, coming in at 20-6. And this is Caden Goffis. Oh, Stankina just snaps him right by and gets 3. Now he's out on the front headlock, gets back behind. So it's a quick 3-0 score here for Stankina. Shane looking to work from the top.
God, looks like Shane wants to end this quickly.
Yeah, he's got the half in here on the near side. Needs to maybe come out and run that a little bit. Oh, he's got the bar on the other side, and that's a quick fall from Stankina. 1:23 left to go in the first, and Stankina wins by fall over Goffis.
Coming out at 152 for Boyertown, Owen Dykey.
That's going to put Boyertown up 28-0 over Pottsgrove with Stankina's win by fall. So Dykey in on a quick single on Shan. Oh, and a nice front trip. He gets 3. It's 3-0 Dykey early in the first. I think we saw Chris's brother Jacob wrestle earlier in some JV matchups. Owen looks like he's looking to end this one quickly, too. Working from the top. Shan trying to get to his feet. Dykey just kind of driving him into the mat. And the action's going to go out of bounds. Referee Ed Papp's going to restart the action from the center circle. 1:16 left. Dykey up 3-0 over Shan. Dykey tries to get the underhook, but Jan able to fight it off. Both wrestlers on their feet now. Oh, Dykey with a nice duck under. Now he's got Jan off the mat. Gets his 3. He's going to be up 6-1 here. A little under a minute left in the first. Dykey stuffing that head into the mat. Jan doing his best to fight it off. No one's going to let him get to his feet. 6-2 now. Owen just kind of measuring him to set up his shot. Locks up with the heavy hands on the collar tie. He's got the underhook on the other side. And there's 3 more for Dikey. So he gets 3 points before the period expires. He's up 9-2. That's going to do it for first period action here, Dan.
Dikey needs 3 wins for 100. It would have been fun if he could have got that tonight.
It would have been nice to get that on senior night. Well, he's certainly got some matches coming up where he can get to that milestone.
I think he will.
So Dikey goes down bottom position here in the second. And, well, that was a little odd. Jan just kind of let him up.
Yeah, it looked like a little confusion.
Didn't know if he thought the referee had blown the whistle. But in any event, Dikey's on his feet. He's up 10-2. Oh, and he just throws Jan to the mat in a headlock position, and that's going to do it. With 1:35 to go in the second, Dikey wins by fall. He just kind of muscled Jan right to the mat. Ended things quickly.
Patented Dikey headlock.
We have seen that before.
He's quick.
He
Quick
sure
and
is.
strong. Boy, you put yourself in that.
Owen Dikey puts the Boyertown Bears up 34-0 over Pottsgrove Falcons here in the Boyertown Gym. We got a forfeit.
Carter Stouch at 160 goes out, takes a forfeit. I know he wanted to wrestle. He's disappointed.
Yeah. That's going to put Boyertown up 40-0. Disappointing for Carter, but again, he's got more matches to come.
All right, Josh Larimore. Oh, no, JD. That's JD Heiser at 172.
So we got J.D. Heiser and Cristobal Garcia. So J.D.'s out in the front headlock position. See what he chooses to do with it. Looks like he's going to try and get behind. Well, he's going to go to the underhook here. Both wrestlers back on their feet now. Looks like JD's got, oh, it's a nice ankle pick. And he gets 3. So JD's up 3-0 here in the first. JD's got his back exposed to the mat. Keeps that foot in bounds. But Garcia's able to kind of roll his way out of that. Don't believe. No back points there from referee Ed Papp, so we're going to restart in the center circle. 3-0 Heiser. Heiser starts in the top position. Heiser's got that wrist underneath. Garcia manages to belly down and get himself out of it. JD's got the bar in here on the near side. Garcia holding onto his own leg trying to fight that off. Now JD's got him in a bar and almost a reverse half, but spins back behind. Looks like he's trying to throw that half on the far side. Now decides to run that bar. One big step's going to put Garcia in a pretty bad position. Referee Ed Papp's counting for back points now.
He slipped out of it.
Yep. Garcia manages to wiggle his way out of it, but JD gets 4 back points. That's going to put him up 7-0 to end the first. So nice job by Garcia fighting off a couple of holds there by JD. Lives the fight on in the second. Garcia wants to go down, but a little bit of confusion here on whose choice it was. So Garcia starts the second period in the down position. JD with that tight waist, he looks so, well,
good follow.
Very nice follow. Both guys got caught in a somewhat awkward position there. JD able to stay on top. He's got that bar in again here on the near side. Garcia grabbing onto his own shin there. Trying not to let JD use that bar. It's one way of fighting it off, Dan.
I don't think it's going to last very long, though.
Yeah, JD's going to need to get out to the side with that bar or try to work something on the other side. There, he's got it. Garcia bellies down. JD now looking to run that half, and he does.
Now he's in trouble.
He's got the half, and he's got the bar in on the far side. Let's see if it, well, Garcia gets himself out of the half, but now JD's got him in a real tight spot.
Yep, JD, lift that head, get that.
There we go. That's another fall for Boyertown by J.D. Heiser with 26 seconds left in the second. That's going to be a win for J.D. It's going to put Boyertown up 46-0.
All right, coming out at 189, Josh Larimore. We got some cheerleaders here.
Yeah, the Pottsgrove fans are fired up. I think this is going to be Patrick Coughlin for Pottsgrove. Haven't heard the official call yet. There we go. Patrick Coughlin it is. Coughlin kind of goes in on a shot. Josh sprawls out on that. Gets his three. So Larimore's up 3-0 here early in the first. Josh working that crossface. Looks like he's going for the crossface cradle, but doesn't quite have it locked up. Oh, now he does, but couldn't keep that foot in bounds. Referee Ed Papp says we're going to restart in the center circle. Josh starts back on top. Coughlin bellying down. Trying not to get caught in that crossface cradle again. Josh has got him on his back now. Can't quite get him exposed to the mat. He's got the bar in on that near side. That's going to be a tough spot. That's going to be a tough spot for Coughlin. And Josh Larimore gets another fall for Boyertown. 42 seconds left to go in the first. Larimore wins by fall. That's going to put the Bears up 52 over the Falcons 0.
Coming off of Boyertown, Caleb Duman wrestles 215.
Pottsgrove student section staying in it. Caleb Duman gets a forfeit at 2:15.
I think those are some Boyertown boys over here on the visitor side.
Puts the Bears up 58-0. Well, that's interesting, Dan. We got some fans here in the visiting stands wearing singlets. Not sure if they're Boyertown fans or Pottsgrove fans.
They look like that's at least one Boyertown, 3 Boyertown. They must be younger wrestlers. Or from back in the day.
So Mikey Palmero comes out for Boyertown. 285. I believe he's wrestling Jacob Frederick. Oh, Nolan Coons. Check that. Coons is a freshman coming in at 14-7 on the season.
Freshman, big boy.
Certainly is. Both wrestlers testing each other out. Both tied up high around the collar. Let's see if anybody can use that to their advantage. Palmero trying to control that wrist. Looks like Coons maybe. He's got the Russian tie. Palmero gets himself out of it. Underhooks for Coons. They try and muscle Palmero around, but referee Ed Papp says we're out of bounds. Let's restart in the center circle. So we're scoreless here. Just under a minute to go in the first. Both wrestlers on their feet. Both looking for that wrist control. Palmero not looking to get in that double underhook situation again. So we go out of bounds and we're going to reset again. Center circle with 10 seconds to go in the first. Coons back on the wrist. Palmero back up on the collar. That's going to do it. No score here in the first. Palmero and Coons scoreless after one.
Coons defers. Palmero takes down for the start the second.
See if Mike can get to his feet and get a 1-point escape, maybe 2 points on a reversal. Coons breaks him down. Palmero goes belly down on the mat. Coons catches that wrist underneath. Let's see if he's going to be able to use that at all. Trying to get that pump handle going. Ooh, Mikey's reaching back. You don't want to do that. That can put you in a real precarious position. Coons trying to catch that pump handle, but Palmero fights it off. Coons trying to throw the half. Palmero rolls through it. Palmero rolls again, and now he's got a 1-point escape. So Palmero goes up 1-0 here in the second. About a minute left. See if he can make something happen from his feet. Palmero stays inbounds. Coons comes back to the center circle. Both wrestlers go up high to the collar ties. Mikey looking for maybe a throw here. Oh, action goes out of bounds. Both wrestlers locked up in a whizzer. Might have some blood time, not sure. Palmero seems to think so. And out comes the trainers.
Palmero giving up a little bit of size, about 45 pounds too.
Is that what we got?
Yeah.
That's always a tough call to give up that much weight. Like I say, you don't want to get caught in that double underhook position from a guy who gives 40 pounds on you. Mike would do well to stay on his feet here. Only 23 seconds left in the second. Oh, there's those underhooks again. All right, Mike smartly takes him out of bounds to reset in the center circle with 11 seconds left. All right. right, so we're going to go into the we're going to go into the third with the score 1-0 Palmero.
Coons takes down.
See if Mike decides to put him on his feet.
Try to ride it.
He's going to take the top position. See if he can ride it out. So he takes the ankle and he's driving him forward into the mat. Good work by Palmero there, driving him forward with that ankle. Keeping him in that down position. He's on the ankle again. Coons near that out of bounds mark. Palmero's got his feet inbounds.
Coach is yelling at him, pull him back in.
All right, Coons scoots himself out of bounds, and we're going to reset. 1:03 left here in the second. Excuse me, in the third.
Did the ref give a stall warning on that? Or?
I seem to be a period behind here on this match for some reason, man. We're in the third period with 1:03 left. And Palmero up 1-0. Back on top, just trying to ride this out. Drives him forward, gets a little loose, but gets back on top. He maintains control. Palmero can keep that tight waist locked up. Now he's got that wrist underneath. If he can keep that locked up and drive Coons forward, he might be able to just ride out this last 30-so seconds. Looks like Mikey's got a bar in on the near side.
If he runs that. Come on, step.
He's got his legs free. Coons is doing his best to fight that bar off. And he does. Palmero's still maintaining control on top. He's got about 10 seconds to ride out. Doesn't want to let him up here. And there it is. A 1-point win for Mike Palmero. That's got to feel good on senior night.
He should. Be proud of himself. You got to watch this Coons kid, only a freshman. He wrestled.
He did wrestle quite well.
Seeing that kid around for a few more years.
Speaking
All right,
of
now
freshmen,
we're at the top of the lineup with Stanchak, and
looks like Stanchak's going to get a forfeit at 107.
he's disappointed too. He wanted to wrestle tonight.
So between Palmero's win, Stanchak's forfeit, that's going to put the Bears up 67-0. And we're going into our last match, Bowden Waite and Drashear Willis. Bowden doing well at 27-12 on the season as a sophomore. He's in on a quick takedown, 3-0 for Bowden Waite here in the first. Bowden's got a bar in here on the near side. And let's see if he can get himself in a position to run it.
Ah, he lost the bar.
He did, yeah.
But he kept the arm in the back. Potentially dangerous.
Referee Ed Papp stops the action. We're going to reset the center circle. 1:18 left in the first. Bowden says we're going to start on our feet. It's 3-1 here in the first. Oh, nice double by Bowden Waite. That's 3 more. He's up 6-1. Oh, there's a nice crossface from Bowden. He says if Willis is going to hang on his leg, he's going to pay the price.
And he did.
And he's got him on his back.
Now he really put himself in a
And now he's got
bad
himself
spot.
in a really tight spot. Well, but he manages to get himself. Oh, got himself out of it for a second, but then Bowden just cow catchers him right to his back. Now the action goes out of bounds. Let's see where this point total ends up. We got 3 back. Bowden lets him up to his feet, so it's 1 for Willis. 10-2 here in the first. And there's a quick takedown from Bowden Waite. It's now up 13-2 in the first. He's got the cradle locked up, but boy, Willis, he can roll. He rolled himself through that cradle and got himself out of that spot. So here at the end of the first, we got 13-2 advantage for Bowden Waite. He's going to let Willis to his feet. Going to look for a takedown here. Just whips him to the mat. That's 3. Back points are being counted. And that's all she wrote for Trashir Willis. 20-2 your final score in favor of Bowden Waite. So that's a tech fall for Bowden Waite. That is going to make your final score, I believe, 72-0. We had the 5 points for Bowden's technical fall. We knew it was going to be an uphill battle for Pottsgrove tonight, Dan, and it certainly was.
And I don't think you were wrong.
Now they kind of ran into the Boyertown buzzsaw tonight.
They have a couple kids there that wrestled fairly well.
They sure did.
Some young kids that got a lot of freshmen on that team as I look at their roster.
They got a young roster, but they were certainly game. They were up for this match and gave it their all. Unfortunately, Boyertown was just too much for them to overcome tonight. And
next for Boyertown, head to
Altoona
Friday morning, wrestling at 7 o'clock, I think, on Friday night. Is that what it is?
7 p.m. matchup against Central Mountain out at the Altoona School District Fieldhouse. And like I said, if the Bears are fortunate enough to win that matchup, they're going to have a meeting with either Franklin Regional or Nazareth in the semifinals round. So, good luck to the Bears. That's it for us this season, Dan.
Yep.
Believe it or not, the home meets are over. The postseason is underway, and we wish the Boyertown Bears well.
Good luck to all the seniors.
Absolutely.
Good bunch of boys.
And best of luck to the parents of those boys. I'm sure they're excited to get out there and watch them wrestle in the state team duels and then the individual postseason championships out at Hershey. So that's going to do it for us, I guess, until we switch over to football season.
I'm looking forward to that.
Come August, we'll be back with some football action from Boyertown Bears Memorial Stadium. Until then, I'm Frank Genovese, my partner Dan Oakes, and we wish you all a good night.
Matchup the other day, and I was like, they might get
you.